4, 1, 2.
I hope it's alright now.
We're doing something different this week, and it's not beer. I know what you're thinking. That sucks. An A word. So, what we're going to be doing today is an alcoholic fruity beverage. I'm hoping it tastes something like cider, although I'm not expecting it to, just because this is kind of really messed up. So, I have here my 1 gallon fermenter jug, whatever, that's what I'm going to be brewing in with my funnel. I have here 1.75 liters of peach citrus 5 Alive. 5 Alive is one of my favorite drinks. Peach citrus, I'm not sure if I've actually ever have, but the citrusiness of it should make it really nice. I have here a very cherry fruity mix, which I actually already opened, and smells extremely cherry-like indeed. Cherry makes a good beer, so I'm assuming it's going to make a good cider, and who knows, there's no honey involved. Maybe it'll taste something like mead. What I have here is actually a 2-month-old experiment in this wine bottle, since I didn't have any more fermenters and this kind of shifty making airlock. I brewed a mix of molasses and brown sugar and fermented it with wine yeast. That was a crazy active, maybe like 6 to 7 week fermentation. Yeah, about maybe only 6 weeks, but it just ended like a few weeks ago, so that's been going a long time. So we're going to mix all this today. We're going to reactivate that with these two adjuncts in there and try to create this crazy drink. So let's start this. I'm going to first add the fruity mix. I'm going to first add this mix of cherry and other fruits that kind of looks like peach. So we're going to add that in. I haven't really thought through what I'm going to use to press this stuff down. So I wonder if I can just, well, maybe we can just do this actually. It'll save me some cleaning later. Whoa. So there's probably a lot better ways of doing this, but we're going to do this just because I'm lazy and I really don't want to have to sterilize anything. With this, I don't, shoot me, but I don't really care about the sterilizing with this part. I'm not really expecting this to be the most epic of drinks. However, for future reference and for you just personally know, cleanliness in the brewing process is the most important thing. Any off flavors that you taste doesn't mean that you actually did a bad job making a drink. It most likely means that there was something that was dirty along the way. So everything's in there, and that took up a little more space than I thought it would. This is almost an 800 milliliter can, so should have thought it would do that. So let's add a little bit of this peach citrus 5 Alive. I'm going to fill it up to about halfway, and actually a little bit more, and then I'm going to shake up that pre-made mix and do this. So this is not going to be clear. That's obvious. I don't think there's any way to clear this kind of peach 5 Alive drink. I wonder if I'm going to be able to add the whole thing, actually. Yeah, I think I will be. So we're going to add the whole thing there. Perfect. The more, the merrier, and the more for me. That's going to get nice and mixed up after. And hopefully the cherries lend it a little bit of a red tinge. That's what I'm really looking for. So, lastly, we're going to... Whew, that is very sweet smelling. So remember, this is just brown sugar and molasses fermented with wine yeast. So I mean, there with molasses and brown sugar, molasses alone, the amount of sugars that needed to be turned to alcohol, that's nuts. Yeah, that smells extremely alcoholic. So what I'm going to do is attempt to shake all this up. I'm actually going to pour some out so I can get at the yeast that's collected at the bottom. Even though I'm going to shoot all the trub, which is the stuff that isn't yeast that's settled on the bottom as well right in, just because I don't really have any extra equipment right now to clean that up. As you can see, it's really actually layered it even pretty crazy. Now what we're doing is mixing this up to get all the yeast, which is eventually going to ferment this baby, making this what was once a nice black and clear potential beverage into just the starter of this new, more amazing fruity drink that we will see in the future. So let's pour that slurry in there. And that is a pretty perfect amount, if you ask me. It has room for any fermentation that's going to hopefully ensue. So let me get rid of that funnel since we no longer need it. And now what I'm going to do, just keep looking over there. Why don't you take a look at the color differentiation. It's definitely layered right now. I mean, it's the fruitiness covered by what looks like a buttload of that molassesy mix that I just put in there. But that's actually just the juice that changed color because this molassesy dark liquid's more dominant. So now we're going to activate the yeast again by adding a very important ingredient, oxygen. So we're going to really shake this up. I just washed my hands since I'm using my thumb here. We're going to do this for about 60 seconds, an important shake that will eventually lead this to ferment a lot. So that's nice and shaken. I'm going to attach now the airlock and fill it with water. And we're going to let this baby sit. It might take a while for the yeast to activate. Personally, I think it could take up to 72 hours to really get a good fermentation going on. But we shall see. It would be great to wake up tomorrow morning and see this baby really active, but I really doubt that's going to happen just because it's actually quite cold, which hopefully will allow the yeast to reactivate, but it's very possible it could either poop out or, like I said, take a long time to start because the colder temperatures are putting the yeast in kind of a dormant state. So we're going to fill this with just enough water to allow the CO2 that's being produced when the yeast eats sugar to escape and leave us the deliciously sweet alcohol that we will consume later on. So I'm thinking that this is definitely going to take at least another month until it's ready to bottle. I'm actually thinking of carbonating it lightly, kind of like a light sparkling, like I said, cider. I think that could be great. So yeah, thanks for watching something different. It's Mike with Beer Addicted. Hope you enjoyed that. Ciao.